welcome to the Artist Space. So today on our show we have an artist who is passionate about the art of storytelling. She's an up-and-coming actress from Montreal and a competitive athlete for many years. She is... Sorry. That's what she is. If she's not, busy. Okay, let's do it again.
And starting over.
Go back. Okay, back to one. Okay. Hi, welcome to the Artist Space. So today on our show we have an artist who is passionate about the art of storytelling. She is an up-and-coming actress from Montreal and she is a competitive athlete for many years. If she's not busy developing her craft as an actress, you will probably find her at the gym or outside enjoying the great outdoors. I'm Emilie, I'm your host, and the Artist Space is very proud to welcome today, for the very first time on our show, actress Christina Kelly! Woo! Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so happy.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. It's gonna be really fun. Are you ready to start?
I am.
What's your real name?
My real name is Christina Kelly.
Why are you not using a stage name then?
A lot of people have told me that my real name has a nice kind of ring to it, a nice kind of flow to it, and I don't think I've ever heard of another Christina Kelly, so
it's true. Why change
it?
Why change it? When is your birthday?
October 9th.
What's your horoscope sign?
I am a Libra.
Libra.
And if you look up Libra, I'm definitely a Libra.
Yeah. Where were you born?
I was born in Montreal.
Okay, so born and raised?
Born and raised. I have not moved.
How many languages do you speak?
Two. English and French.
Perfect. Where were your parents from?
My dad was actually born in Scotland.
Okay.
He came over. Yes, he came over when he was really young, and then my mom was born here, but her side is kind of from Poland.
Okay.
Yeah, originally.
Okay, so you're kind of a mix.
Kind of a mix.
Oh, it's nice. Are your parents still together?
They are.
They are. Happily married?
Yes.
Do you have any siblings?
I have an older brother named Kyle.
Kyle. How old is Kyle?
He is 27.
Okay.
I think.
What was it like to grow up in your household? Was it like poor, rich, strict, liberal? How was it?
We were probably like a normal middle class family. Okay. My parents were definitely strict.
Okay.
It was not kind of just do whatever you want.
You had rules.
We had rules, definitely.
Okay.
But they knew when to let us have fun.
Okay.
Which was it was a good balance.
Very good. What good memories do you keep from your childhood?
Mostly probably going to our cottage. We have a family country place up north, and we would spend most of our weekends up there, which was really nice.
So now you had good memories over there.
Very good memories, yeah. Just running around with my brother, having fun, and fishing.
Do you remember any of your interests as a kid?
When I was a kid, honestly, mostly sports.
Okay.
And acting. Those two things have kind of always been there from the beginning.
And that you still are doing right now?
Yes, yes.
Do you remember what was your favorite subject in school?
Probably English.
Okay.
I've always loved reading and writing, so I would look forward to that class.
Would you say that you're a good writer?
I think I'm good at writing essays.
Okay, good.
I've never really challenged myself to write more than that, but I would like to.
Okay, that would be like something to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Were you academically good when you were a teen?
I was great in every subject except for math. Math and science were kind of my two no-goes. They were not good.
You weren't not a great student.
Just not there for those two subjects, but everything else was like 90 and above, which was so frustrating.
Well, it can be perfect. Yeah. How did your teenage years go?
Oof. I guess you could say I'm glad they're over. I don't know if I've ever met someone who enjoyed their teenage years. I feel like it's kind of it's a really tough self-discovery phase.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And
it's not easy.
It's hard. It's not easy.
Do you remember what was one of the biggest mistake that you made, lessons that you made while you were a teenager?
Probably not trusting who I knew I was, and I guess self-doubt. Kind of letting what people
think about you
get to you. And not just believing in myself.
And what did you want to become when you were a kid?
An actor.
And are you an actor now?
I'm working on it.
It's very good. And did you? Well, you said that you became what you thought you would when you were a kid. Did you have anything else in mind? Maybe when you were a kid, like a princess.
You know, sports being the other major part of my life. Probably, I wanted to be a professional athlete too.
And what would have been your discipline?
I was really big into soccer.
Okay.
And then as I got a little bit older, I started doing competitive short track speed skating.
Okay.
So I would have loved to have pursued that.
To go to the
Olympics. Yeah, that would have been amazing.
That would have been really nice.
My dad was a professional soccer player, and he made it to the Olympics, so that would have been awesome.
Oh, that would have been nice.
Yeah.
Who did you play for?
He played for Team Canada.
Really?
For soccer, yep.
This is fun. What was your first paid job? Do you remember?
Yep, babysitting.
Yeah. I think we've all been there.
And I'm pretty sure it scarred me for life.
For kids?
Seriously made me question whether or not I want kids. Had some great experiences and then some not so good ones.
Where do you live now?
I still live at home.
Okay.
On the west island of Montreal.
Do you plan on living in Montreal? And why or why not?
I would say yes.
Okay.
I feel like it's something that I have to do.
Okay.
No matter where I go, I just feel like I need that experience of going somewhere else, trying something new. Who knows, I might end up coming back here. I've heard a lot of people say they leave and there's no place like home.
There's no place like home.
So, but yeah, I feel like it's something that I've always wanted to do and I'll definitely do it.
And where would you go? Is that are there places that you really want to go?
If it was within Canada, I'd love to go to Vancouver.
Okay.
I've been out there and I absolutely love it.
Apparently it's very nice.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. And if not Vancouver, well, if it was the States, Los Angeles.
Yes, yeah, for sure. Just for the sun.
Just for the sun.
Did you go to university? And why and where did you go?
I did. I went to Concordia University.
Okay.
And I studied communication studies.
Okay.
And specialized in film production.
Oh, it's good.
So I kind of have the behind-the-scenes and aspect going for me too, which is cool.
Oh yeah, it's good. So everything is related.
Yes.
Wow. How do you feel about being an artist? First of all, do you call yourself an artist?
Yeah, absolutely. I would. I'd say I feel proud in a sense. I feel like it's maybe a road that certainly was less traveled, maybe more so today, which is fantastic. And I think we should be proud of what we do.
It's true, right?
Yeah, we should be proud of ourselves.
When did your passion for acting begin?
Storytelling is kind of, and acting has always sort of been in my family. I can remember sitting around the campfire up north, and my parents telling stories, and then me getting up to tell stories and kind of act them out. But my first play that I ever did was when I was 10 years old. Okay. And I was an Oompa Loompa. Oh, no. I guess that really just got me.
Yeah, that was it. That was for me.
That was it. I knew it was for me.
What is your parents' opinion about you wanting to be an actor?
They're definitely very supportive.
Okay.
I think they really wanted me to get my education first, which I did. And I think from there, it's kind of just, they want me to be happy, they want me to do what I love, and they're proud too.
Oh, that's good.
So, yeah, and my dad, having been a professional athlete himself, he sort of pursued a similar route in life, so he understands.
Which is not an easy road either.
Yeah, exactly.
And let's say if ever they wouldn't care or they wouldn't support you, would you still want to listen to them, or would you still go forward?
I would definitely still go forward. Okay. But I mean, I think it would always hurt.
Oh yeah, for sure.
To not have that support. Yeah, but I would still go for it.
What's your friend's opinion about you being an actor?
They think it's cool. But I don't know if that comes from the image they have of it that they see on TV and this and that, And I don't know if they realize that it's really not like that at all.
No, it's not like that.
But yeah,
they
think it's cool, but yeah, it's definitely a lot of hard work.
And what's the other people's reaction when you tell them that you are an actor? First of all, do you tell people that you're an actor?
If they ask. I don't really go out and be like,
I'm an actor.
This is what I do. If they ask, then I'll talk about it. But I find a lot of people are immediately like, oh, what have I seen you in?
I know. Which movie have you been in?
Yeah, what movie? And they expect you to be in, like, last year's Academy Award-winning movie. And then it's kind of like, well...
I was at Gasper. You didn't see me?
Yeah, you probably haven't seen what I've been in. And they're like, no, tell me. And then you tell them and they're like, no, I don't know that.
Yeah. Do you care about the reactions? Let's say if they would be more, maybe making fun of you or a bit less. Nice.
No, not really. Not where I'm at in my life right now. It wouldn't bother me.
Okay. Do you remember when your acting career started? And how? Like, what was, you talked about the play when you were 10 years old, but let's say, was it, like, along the road? Was there something else?
I continued to do a little bit of theater through elementary school and high school, but I'd say as a professional career, probably about 2 years ago.
Okay.
Started with extra work. I think
Yes,
everybody else is a great way to start. Just kind of get familiar with being on set. And then, yeah, just small roles and go from there, short films, things like that.
But do you remember, like, a click, like, let's say 2 years ago, was it, like, a click? Do you remember, like, where it was, or how it was, or?
Well, I mean, it definitely started with theater when I was studying. But then from there, I always knew that when I started to finish university that I wanted to pursue it for real.
Okay.
And it was always something I was kind of waiting for the right time to do. And so then as my school was coming to an end, I was like, this is it. Now I can do it.
That's perfect. What about your first paid acting job?
It was probably extra work.
Extra work, yeah.
If you wanted to pick a role, it would probably have been about a year ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you remember the movie?
Yeah, it was called First Response. It was by Nintendo Productions, which is right here in Montreal. Yep. That would be my first probably paid role as an actor.
Rumor has it that actors always need to look good and be fit. Do you agree? Because you're an athlete and you go to the gym.
Yes. I would say that, a lot of people would argue that it's a visual medium, so, but I would say that it's a personal choice.
Okay.
I don't think people should feel like they need to look or be a certain way.
Okay.
I think it's a personal decision. For me, I do work out. I have been an athlete my whole life. So I take that part seriously. I go to the gym. I try to look good, I guess. But it's a personal thing. I don't think people should feel forced into being a certain way.
Yeah. And let's say you working out, how does it make you feel? Does it make you feel more like empowered to continue in that?
I feel good.
Just, confident.
No, I feel good. It helps me feel confident for sure about myself. And I just feel all around healthier.
Okay.
And more energy and.
Yeah,
I like it. For me, it works.
And do you have any kind of diet or workout schedule? I mean, is it like an hour each day, and are you like very tight?
I probably work out maybe 3 times a week.
Okay.
And it's usually half an hour to an hour. I don't really go crazy.
Okay.
And then I try to eat as healthy as possible, but I mean, let's be honest.
Let's be honest. Junk food.
Everybody loves their chocolate.
Who is your biggest inspiration? Could be anyone in any field.
Yeah, I don't know if I could pick one exact person. I find the most inspiring people are other people I meet that are going after their dreams.
Mm-hmm.
That's
that they don't give up.
That they don't give up, they keep going. And seeing how passionate they are kind of makes me want to continue what I'm doing as well.
Yeah, that's very encouraging.
Yeah.
What is one of your favorite inspirational quotes? Did you have one?
I would probably say I have a couple. I really love Henry David Thoreau.
Okay.
And I love a lot of his quotes.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorites of his is, "Go confidently in the direction of your dreams, live the life you've imagined." But he has a lot of really great ones, like "Don't look back unless you're planning to go that way." Things like that. Yeah, he has a lot of really great ones. I love his quotes.
Oh, that's good. And do you have a story, like an inspirational story in the field that you are in the acting community? Is there like a story of someone that really inspired you to continue in that direction?
I would say the first person that really inspired me really to go after what I want would have been a teacher in high school in my last year. She kind of just opened my eyes to this whole industry and said, like, it's possible, you can do it, go for it, And then other stories I love hearing stories from other people in the business who were told no, and then it happened because they didn't listen to the no, and they just kept going.
No is not an answer.
No.
No. How do you tell yourself not to give up?
I just try to remind myself of the rewarding moments, that when the hard work does pay off, how rewarding it is.
Yeah.
And that this is something that I've wanted for
Your whole life,
years,
yeah.
you know, my whole life, and why stop now, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, for sure, you have your down days and your down moments. Everybody does. But yeah, I just try to tell myself to keep going, you know?
Do you think it is important to have friends in the same domain, like a supportive community? It could be your family, your friends, but especially friends in the same domain. Would you be able to continue what you're doing right now if you didn't have friends in that domain, in that industry?
Because I have my family,
Mhm.
I do think I would be able to continue,
Okay.
but I do think that it is, as long as your friends, if they are in the same domain, are positive
Yeah.
about everything and do want the best for you,
Yeah.
then I think it's a great additional support system to have.
No competition.
Exactly.
Just
You know,
friends.
kind of let the competition go and really just be friends and be happy for each other.
Well, that's good. It's
Yeah.
like a community that supports you.
Exactly.
How do you develop your acting process? Do you have like
I don't know if I necessarily have a pinpointed process, but I go to Straight On Acting Studios. I've been there for 2 years now, and it's really helped me kind of develop a sort of confidence in my abilities,
Okay.
you know, kind of learning about yourself. Yeah, I don't know if I have an exact process that I follow.
But that helps.
But it helps, absolutely. Taking classes opens your eyes to so many different possibilities.
That's true. When did you develop confidence in your ability?
I would say being able to, when you realize that you can take what you've learned in class
And then apply
it on a set.
Okay.
You know, I found when I was able to start doing that, I was like, okay, cool. You know,
I
like,
got this.
yeah, it's interesting. It's a cool feeling.
And how difficult do you think it is to get into that industry? Because the acting industry is not.
It's very difficult.
It's very difficult. It's not easy.
Yeah, no, it's not easy. But I think that's what makes it so interesting,
Yeah.
and makes people kind of want it more, is because it's not just handed to you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have to work
You
for
have
it.
to work for it. What was the best acting job that you've had so far? And why?
I would have to say this past summer, I got to work as a stand-in and photo double for Amy Adams on Story of Your Life, which was directed by Denis Villeneuve, who is also from Quebec.
That's
which is
wonderful.
amazing.
Yeah.
It was such a great learning experience. Just being on set every day for 3 months, being around professionals who have made it in their field, and seeing them do their job every day and how serious they took it, how professional they were.
Yeah.
And just as an actor, I mean, it's like one of the best internships I could imagine, being in that environment for that amount of time, and the photo doubling, actually getting to be in the movie as well, you know. I mean, nobody would know it was me. They think it's Amy. But just that whole experience, it was such an eye-opening learning experience.
And for the people that don't know exactly, can you explain what's the difference between a stand-in and a photo double?
Yeah, absolutely. A stand-in, you're kind of there to stand in for the star while they set up all the lights, the cameras.
Which could take a little while.
Yeah, honestly, most setups, the initial setup probably took 45 minutes to an hour. And then, you know, it would get a little bit less depending on where they went from there. But you stand there for quite a while. They will often ask you to rehearse the actors' movements.
Okay.
Sometimes you say their lines as well. You kind of just walk through the scene for the crew and the camera people, the director, to kind of see if he likes the way it looks. And then photo doubling, you actually stand in, like, in the scene when they're filming for the actor.
Okay.
So the audience doesn't know that it's not the actor.
Okay.
Which is pretty cool. You know, mostly it's shots from behind, or it's shots from far away, or it's a hand.
Okay.
Or in this particular movie, there was kind of like space kind of suits. So when you don't really see the actor,
So that would be you.
it would be me.
We'll check your movie just for that. How does it feel when you think that you've got the character? Let's say, well, now you talked about being someone else's stand-in and photo double, but when you act and you are the lead, you get to be the character. How do you feel about it? Like when you think you got it?
I love it.
Okay.
I just love the moments where you finish a scene or something like that, and you kind of just snap back to who you really are, and it's this weird moment of like, because you're feeling everything you
Yeah.
just felt as the character, but then you're kind of back to yourself, and it's this in-between kind of, but it's so cool, you
It's
know,
true.
because you kind of become this other person,
Yeah.
you know, that kind of comes from you, which is weird.
It's hard to explain. It's very amazing
Yeah,
feeling.
it's an amazing feeling.
How long does it take for you to shake off a character?
I would say it depends probably on the scene and
Okay.
or the character. I'd say really emotional scenes, it can take a while sometimes, you know, like
Yeah.
I've come home from class sometimes and sort of just needed to go sit down and be alone for, you know, 10 minutes or so to just kind of let it go,
Let it
you
go,
know?
yeah.
Because you really do build up those feelings.
Mhm.
So if it was you in your real life, it would take a while to kind
Well,
of
yeah.
let it go.
It's a very weird feeling.
Yeah, it's hard
weird.
to explain.
It's weird. Did you go to an acting school or take acting classes? You talked about 3 on Acting Studios. Did you do anything else? Any other classes?
I've been there for 2 years, and then in between, I've taken a lot of workshops
Okay.
around the city, and I also did classes with Susanna Lanier.
Okay.
She's very good too. And yeah, sort of just workshops for different, I wouldn't really necessarily say techniques, but kind of just to get people's perspective
Okay.
on different things.
And do you like doing acting classes? I mean, would you see yourself stopping at one point, or?
I don't think an actor should ever stop,
Mhm.
to be
That's
honest.
true.
Even Amy, she
She-
was still taking classes and
Classes?
things, you know, she works with somebody. It's a developing craft. I don't
Okay.
think that you should ever stop, you know. I don't think you've ever got it.
Okay.
It's kind of always changing, and yeah.
It's like training.
It's like
in a
training.
gym,
It's like
yeah.
being an athlete.
It's true, like you-
like being an athlete.
You know what it is. You
Yeah,
train.
I mean, professional athletes train a couple times a week.
Yeah,
you
they never
know,
stop.
sometimes every day. So why should it be any different for an
It's
actor?
true. It's true. Do you think artists are doomed? I mean, doomed to struggle their way through life?
You know, I don't know. I think it's kind of a misconception.
Okay.
I believe that, you know, look at lawyers and doctors.
Yeah.
I don't think it's any different. I think that they work just as hard, they struggle just as hard.
Mhm.
I don't know. I think it's a misconception that artists are doomed.
Are doomed.
I mean, I kind of like it because it kind of gives it this
Oh, yeah.
ominous
Vibe.
vibe. But no, I mean, I think any career
Yeah.
you're gonna struggle.
Struggle. And
Yeah.
then you just have to persevere.
Yeah, exactly.
What would your life look like without acting in it?
Right now, probably not very much. I just recently started pursuing it full time.
Yeah.
So if it wasn't there, I would probably just be at home annoying my family.
Just going in circles.
Just going in circles. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?
And do you have a plan B if ever it doesn't work?
Well, because I studied film production in
Oh, yeah?
university, I would probably pursue the production side.
Okay.
For sure.
But you would still stay.
I
in
would
the
definitely
movies.
stay in the industry. I
Okay.
know for sure that I want to work in the industry. I always have. But I would probably pursue the production side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eventually, would you produce your own things or direct your own movies?
I would
or-
love to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you write a script?
I'd love to. No, I do love writing. I just feel like I haven't really challenged myself
Okay.
in that way yet, but I would like to.
Do you ever feel that your passion for acting should just be a hobby and not a full-time career?
I think it depends where you're at in your life.
Okay.
I think, you know, when you're in school, it's kind of hard to make it a
Mhm.
full-time
Yeah.
thing. I just recently started making it a full-time job for me. You know?
And it started very well.
Yeah, well, it was thanks to this summer that I've been able to,
Yeah.
to do that now and pursue it full-time. But, you know, it's kind of depends where you are in your life. It's hard, you know, a lot of people, including myself, you know, you would need to have a part-time job on the
Mhm.
side and, you know.
Okay. Do you remember the first movie that you've ever watched in a movie theater?
I don't know if I could remember my first movie in theaters, but I will say that I think I was 9 years old when Titanic came out.
Okay.
And I honestly think I saw that movie in theaters like 5 times. And it was like,
I was for Leo.
it was a really long movie.
It is. It's
Yeah.
like 3 hours.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
really
it was
long.
long. It's really long.
But I feel like everybody who wanted to see it, I was like, I'll go! And it was
Oh
all,
my God.
it was all for Leonardo DiCaprio.
Of course it was. What else? Everybody went for the same reason.
Yeah.
What are your favorite movies?
I have a couple, and they're all kind of extremely different.
Okay.
I love The Departed.
Okay.
great movie.
Again with Leo.
Again with Leonardo DiCaprio. Surprise, surprise. I love Into the Wild.
Okay, yeah.
I really, really love that movie. Again, there's a lot of quotes in that movie from Henry David Thoreau.
Okay.
And I love the outdoors. I spend a lot of time,
Outside,
kind of outside, nature, exploring things. And I just love that story, and I love that it's a true story.
Mm-hmm.
And then I love Walk the Line. It's kind of like the classic love story.
It is. It's
and I love the music, and I like Johnny Cash, so...
Well, there you go.
3 very different movies,
Yeah, but still.
but all some of my favorites.
And he touched you for a reason.
Absolutely.
Who would you consider a great actor?
I have to say Meryl Streep.
Yes.
I love her.
Yes.
And what I like about her is I really feel like when she does a role, she really becomes a different person.
Okay.
Which is what it's all
It's
about,
true,
right?
yeah.
But I just find she just physically changes.
You don't recognize her
You don't
sometimes.
recognize her at all, which is really cool.
And for the actors, who would you like to work with?
I would love to work with Meryl Streep.
Yeah.
No, and honestly, I love Amy Adams. She's one of my
Okay.
favorite actresses too. So having,
You can take this. I feel like.
I worked with her, but I would love to work with her as an actor as well.
Yeah.
In something that would be really cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
I'm trying to think on the male side.
Leo.
Leonardo DiCaprio, definitely. Definitely Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah. No, he's.
I like Bradley Cooper too. I wouldn't say no to.
You wouldn't say no to
Bradley Cooper.
I'm sorry, no, I don't want to work with you. And as for directors wise,
Yes.
who would you like to work with?
Martin Scorsese.
Yes.
I love his movies. The Departed was his movie.
Yes.
He just makes really badass movies.
It's true. It's
And
true.
I would love to play a really badass female in one of his movies.
I agree with that. Of all the movies that you have watched, which story would you be love to be in it? You would have loved to be part of it. Any movies that you've watched?
Probably The Notebook.
Okay.
Who wouldn't want to be that girl?
Rachel McAdams.
Who wouldn't want to play that role?
Yeah. Beautiful.
There's so many. It would be so hard to pick just one. But yeah.
So that would be like a romantic.
That'd be definitely
movie,
the romantic one. I mean, if there was a badass female role in The Departed,
You would have taken it.
I would
on.
have taken it.
Okay, we talked about this. Do you create your own work? So you said you would like to right now. Do you still? Did you start
I
something?
used to quite a
Okay.
bit. I had a YouTube channel.
Really?
Back in the day, a couple of years ago, and then with university and stuff, I sort of just didn't have the time to continue doing it. But I really enjoyed that, and I've often thought about it'd be fun to sort of bring that back.
Bring that back and
Yeah.
work on that. Oh,
Yeah.
I would check that. If you get any role, which role would you love to play? Like, let's say we create a role for you. You said a badass girl or the girl in the book, but let's say something that we create just for you.
Just for me.
Yeah. The like ultimate
Oh
role.
boy, that is tough.
I know it is tough. Because at this point we just want to do it all.
We just want to work.
We just want to work. But something in particular that you would maybe love to do more than others.
I'd love to play a really complex but compassionate kind of character.
Oh, that's
you know, somebody who's kind of misunderstood but has a really big heart.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Something
nice.
like that.
Oh, maybe you should write it.
Maybe I should work on that.
What's your opinion on celebrity?
I mean, I understand where it comes from and why it's such a big deal, but I feel like when you get to meet these people or work with them, they're just people.
They're just people.
You know, they're just like us, and they
Just doing their
worked
jobs.
really hard. They got lucky, or you know, just right
Or they
place.
really worked.
You never know. Yeah, really worked hard for it, and they're just people. You know, you see them and you work with them, and you're like, hey, that's cool. You know.
What do you think about the difference of roles offered to women compared to the ones offered to men?
I think it's changing.
Okay.
For the better. I do. Maybe not on our level yet,
Yeah.
but you know, on a much bigger scale, I do believe it's changing.
Okay.
I think it's getting better. I hope it continues to get better.
Yeah, because the pay is not the same. Just
Yeah, and I don't think that's fair.
I know.
You know, I don't think that's fair. I think we work just as hard.
We do.
We're just as talented. I guess that's the way it is right now, but I really hope that it changes. You know, it's being talked about more and more, and
I think it's getting there.
I think we're
Slowly.
getting there.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely, and we will get there.
We will get there. Do not give up. So, what is the most ridiculous thing that you saw on a set?
I'd say the thing that made me the angriest on a
Okay.
set
Okay.
is when people will say they don't even want to be there. I'm like,
So why are you
here? Because I can name like 10 people that aren't here that
That
would
would
love
love
to be
to,
here
yeah,
in your
it's
place,
true,
you know?
yeah.
So it kind of just upsets me because there's so many people that work hard for this and would
And I
love
love
to
that, yeah.
be there and are not, you know? So yeah, I get really upset when I hear that on set.
Oh, I would too. No, I agree with that. Would you like to travel for work? That's an easy question.
Of course.
Where would you like to go?
Oh boy. Honestly, anywhere.
Anywhere?
I mean, myself, personally, for traveling, I'd love to see more of Europe. I'd love to
Yeah.
see Asia. I've
Sure.
always wanted to go to Africa.
Just everywhere.
Pretty much everywhere.
Everywhere. If you get the gig of your life, who's the first person you're going to talk to?
Probably my parents. they'd be the first person I'd
The
call.
very first person, yeah.
They've been there my whole life supporting me, so I feel
Yeah.
like they kind of deserve that honor.
To be the first one on the list.
Yeah.
Speak out. What do you really want to achieve in your acting career? So obviously act, but
Yeah, of
aside from
course. I'd say to be able to survive off your passion
that. Okay.
would be a great achievement. You know, to actually that be your only job.
To do what you love,
To do
yeah.
what you love and survive off that. That'd be a great achievement, I think, because it's pretty tough.
It is.
Yeah.
Do you? Okay, I know people like have different answers for that question, but would you take an acting career that pays about like I don't know $60,000 a year to $100,000 compared to maybe millions?
Yeah, absolutely. If
If
that's
it make you work every single day.
yeah, and if that's what made me happy, absolutely. You know, I don't do it for the money.
That's it.
I do it because I love it.
I mean,
and
millions are great, but
Who would say no to that? But
still.
but no, just to be able to survive off it
Comfortable,
and be comfortable and say that you're surviving off what you love to do. You know.
Yeah, that would be really nice.
Yeah.
What is the biggest mistake that you have made as an actor? Maybe you haven't made it yet.
I'd say, well, biggest mistake so far. I mean, I'm sure there's more to come.
There's more to
We're
come.
all human. I'd say probably putting myself out there before I was ready.
Okay.
You know, because you're sort of just so anxious
So
to get
before
going.
taking classes.
Yeah,
or-
before taking the right classes, really putting the time and effort into working at your
Yeah.
craft, you know? Because I don't think you want to put yourself out there until you feel like you're ready to, because you could give the people the wrong impression, you know, and you don't want that in this business, that's for
true.
sure, you know?
It's true. And are you scared of making one mistake in particular in your career? Is there something that, I don't know, not learning your lines properly or getting yelled at by the director or...
Well, I take professionalism very
Yeah.
serious, so I guess my biggest fear would be if I ever slipped up in one of those areas, you know? I think it's so important, you know,
Yeah.
to know your job, do it, and commit to it, you know? So my biggest fear would be if I ever didn't do one of those things. But no, I can't think of one, like,
Not yet, yeah.
not yet, one particular thing that would really...
But yeah, you want to stay professional.
Yeah.
What kind of advice would you give to new actors?
To take classes.
Yeah?
To really invest in yourself. You know,
Mhm.
that's what you're doing. You're investing
It's your
in
instrument.
yourself. It's your instrument. And it's your career. And I'd say definitely find a class that's for you. You know, don't take a class just because someone says, oh, this is a really great one.
Because it doesn't mean it's going to be good
Doesn't
for you.
mean it's going to be good for you. Find one that really works for you, that you feel comfortable in, and that you feel like you're growing and learning in.
And what else would you, would there be, steps of things to do as a new actor? Like, what would you say, so let's say, okay, so acting classes?
Yeah, definitely start with
What
the
else?
classes. I mean, everybody knows that it's kind of silly, but you need headshots. You know?
Yeah, casting pictures.
Of course, but you know, and also to get involved in projects. You know, not necessarily ones that are paying. You do short films for free, do web series, do what you can to sort of get something behind you. You
To
know?
get into that field.
Yeah, to get into the field.
According to you, what are the pros and cons of this industry?
I'd say that pros, it's extremely rewarding when you get to work.
Yeah.
Cons, it's extremely difficult to get that work. But that's what makes it so rewarding.
That's true.
You know, it's tough, but it's rewarding.
What is the last movie that you've watched?
I saw Black Mass.
Okay, did
with
you like
Johnny
it?
Depp. I did. I feel
The
like
one where he has blue eyes.
yeah,
So weird.
really, really strange. But I feel like I need to see it again.
Okay.
That it's one of those movies. Sometimes I do that. I watch a movie and I'm like, I need to see that again. To just fully understand
it. Seems like a weird movie.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's a good movie.
Okay.
But yeah, I feel like I need to see it again to get a full grasp on it.
And is it weird to look at him this way? With the blue eyes and the white hair?
It's a little strange.
Wait,
yeah,
strange.
because he doesn't look like himself at all. Yeah,
It's kind of scary.
it's a little creepy.
So yeah. What is the last movie that you watched and thought, I have to stop crying like a baby now?
Oh man, The Fault in Our Stars.
Yeah.
Probably. Every time I watch that movie, and I've seen it more than once, I just can't help it. I literally bawl my eyes out. And
It
I'm
is
like,
very-
okay, this
yeah.
is ridiculous. Stop.
You've seen it before.
You've seen it before. You know what's happening.
You know the end.
Yeah.
What are your greatest achievements so far?
I try to set small goals for myself and then long-term
smart,
goals.
yeah.
My small-term goals for the last year were to get into ACTRA, which I did, and honestly, the job I had this summer was something that I didn't even expect or imagine would happen. Sort of just happened, and it's probably one of my greatest achievements. Yes, I have had roles and that, but to me that was just one of the best learning experiences, and probably one of my greatest achievements.
Any other
so
small goals that you have? You said ACTRA.
I'm missing one credit to be a full member.
Okay.
So it's my goal to get that before the end of the year.
That would be nice, yeah.
That would be really nice, yeah. And just, I've had a lot of smaller roles to get something bigger.
Okay.
Something a little more, yeah.
Name 3 words that describe you well. Not easy.
No. As a person, I would say caring.
Okay.
I'm a really caring person, and I think sometimes I care too much, if that's possible.
Yeah.
I'd say caring, loyal.
Okay.
A very loyal person, and it makes me very angry when people are not loyal back to me.
Yeah, of course.
Caring, loyal, and determined.
Okay.
Or driven, I guess.
Driven, yeah. Passionate.
Very passionate, yeah. Absolutely.
And so why those 3 words you said, especially why the passionate one or the determined one?
I feel
Why
like
this one?
I live my whole life, everything I do.
To the fullest.
To the fullest.
Okay.
With passion. I just go
Okay.
for it, It's rewarding, again, when it works for you, and when it doesn't, it's okay, because I feel like you learn a lot from it, not
From
working
that,
out,
yeah.
as
From
well,
that
just from the experience, yeah, absolutely.
Where do you see yourself in 20 years?
Oh boy. Not with kids, no, I'm kidding.
That's because you babysat when you're
Babysat too many kids. No, I do want kids one day, but not now. I would hope that I'm happy.
Okay.
I would hope that I'm married. I do want to get married. And I would hope that I'm doing continue to do what I love.
Okay.
I hope it never stops. I hope I get to continue doing it.
Alright, that's you. What's your biggest dream? The biggest of them all?
Oh man. To win an Oscar and an Emmy. I think that's everybody's dream in this business. Yeah, no, I would love that. Maybe one day.
Maybe one day. Who knows? In 20
Never know.
years.
You never know. I've got some time.
Any other dreams? Maybe not necessarily in the acting world, but anything else in life?
I would love to be able to share it with my parents as well, I'd say. I'd love to be able to, because I know that they enjoy this stuff as much as I do, but they don't really get to be a part of it.
Okay.
So I would love to have them come, to a set one day and
Of
get
course,
to
and be
experience
with
it
you.
and be with me and see me there doing it, because I know that would make them really happy.
I'm sure they would appreciate that. What can I wish you for the rest of your journey?
Good luck.
Okay.
Good luck. Happiness. And good fortune, and I don't mean that in a monetary way.
No,
I
just
mean just
lucky,
good health, good
yeah.
fortune.
Well, this is what I wish for you. I really wish you the very best, and good luck with what's coming next. It'll be really very good, very interesting for you, and I do wish you health, happiness, and to be married, to be happy all the time.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. This is it. That was the interview. We are done. This was Christina Kelly. Thank you so much for being here. That was really fun.
Thank you very much.
Super interesting.
I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was fun. We did some fun.
Now let's drink.
Now let's drink. So thank you so much again for coming.
Thank you.
And for this is us for us, folks. For now, please just stay tuned. Keep watching our videos. This is really helping us support local Montreal talents like Christina, who has a very interesting career ahead of her. And for you artists out there, if ever you are interested in joining me at my bar, drinking some beers and sharing your story and your passion, just give me a shout. This is not open only to actors, it's open to anyone else who calls themselves an artist and work with their hearts. And hopefully you like it. Like, share, comment, talk about it. Everything about our Facebook page, our YouTube channel. Just help us support local Montreal talents. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a good day.